One of the most controversial topics in the United States is marijuana legalization. In this speech, I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you all the reasons why I believe that marijuana should be legal in every state recreationally. The first reason is that marijuana is much more safe than alcohol and tobacco, two drugs that are commonly sold over the counter in every single state. According to Washington Post writer Christopher Ingram, more than 30,700 Americans died from alcohol-related causes from last year alone. According to CDC.com, 480,000 Americans died from tobacco-related causes from last year alone. A total of 0 people have died from marijuana from last year and ever. There has never been one person who has died from marijuana. It is much safer than both of those drugs that are sold every single day to Americans. It just doesn't make sense. The second reason is that there are medical benefits to it. According to Randy Astacia, a writer from Business Insider, marijuana can be used to prevent the eye disease glaucoma. And what it does is it decreases the pressure that's felt in the eyeball, reducing the severity of the disease. And according to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in January of 2012, marijuana does not impair lung function and can even increase lung capacity, which is something that a lot of people, get mixed up. They think that marijuana isn't good for the lungs and that, it's just as bad as tobacco or it has similar effects. No, it actually can increase lung capacity, which is better for it. It is also known that marijuana can help control epileptic seizures, stop cancer from spreading, decrease anxiety, slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease. It can ease the pain of multiple sclerosis and relieve arthritis discomfort. Third reason is that legalizing marijuana would increase tax revenue exponentially. According to an article written by Trey Williams of MarketWatch, the state of Colorado pulled in nearly $200 million in tax revenue from last year. In its first year of marijuana being completely legalized, it hit $662.9 million in revenue, and then followed by $996.2 million in the second year. This was a huge jump from one year to the other. Such a big increase in revenue. And to me, this should just be the tip of the iceberg. The other 42 states who haven't legalized marijuana should realize how great of an impact it would be on the government, because you just would be able to get so much more tax revenue from it. And people need to open their eyes about it, especially the government, because they could just be making so much money from it. The fourth and the final reason is that legalizing marijuana recreationally would create less money supporting organized crime. Legalizing recreational marijuana would, when you think about it, it's an important revenue system for a lot of people in the United States, like illegally, like a lot of drug dealers and, people from the black market who make money off of it. Legalizing marijuana would control this by giving people the option just to go buy it from like regular stores and not have to buy it from dealers who are selling it illegally. So it would just completely decrease the amount of crime, the amount of illegally sold marijuana, and just ultimately create just a safer environment, and would decrease the likelihood of being sold some weed that has something bad in it, or that has been just not healthy marijuana. In conclusion, marijuana ought to be recreationally legalized in every single state in the United States. And it ought to be this way because it is way less harmful than alcohol and tobacco. It's a source of tax revenue for governments. It creates less money supporting organized crime and has many, many health benefits to it. And by understanding these 4 facts of marijuana, it can become clear that it is not harmful and that the American government and the American people would benefit greatly from it being legalized. Thank you.